My name is Emily Carter. I'm 30 years old. 2 years ago, on June 8th, 2024, at 4:47 in the afternoon, I stood in my parents' living room in Hartford, Connecticut, holding a white envelope with $500 written on a check inside, while my mother looked me dead in the eyes and said, "That's all you deserve." 30 feet away, in the same room, my sister Lauren sat on the cream-colored sofa holding a folder. Inside that folder was a $250,000 cashier's check and the deed to a four-bedroom house in West Hartford. My wedding was in 3 weeks. Hers had been 6 months ago. "Mom, I don't understand," I said. My hands were shaking so badly the envelope rustled. "Lauren got $250,000. I get 500? My mother set down her wine glass. The sound of crystal on marble echoed. "Lauren married a cardiovascular surgeon. You're marrying a bartender. Alex is getting his MBA. He pours drinks at a sports bar, Emily." She said my name the way you'd say cockroach, sharp, dismissive. "That is not the same thing." My father sat in his leather chair by the window. He was reading the newspaper. He didn't look up. "Dad?" I turned to him. "Dad, say something." He folded the paper slowly, precisely. Then he stood and walked out of the room. Lauren examined her manicure. French tips. Perfect. Maybe if you'd made better choices, you'd be in a different position. Before I go on, if stories about standing up for yourself mean something to you, please hit like and subscribe and tell me in the comments where you're watching from right now and what time is it there. I want to take you back 14 years. I was 16. It was August, late afternoon, and Aunt Susan had driven me to the Stop and Shop on Farmington Avenue because my mother said she was too busy. I was buying poster board for a school project. Susan was buying ingredients for lemon bars. We were in the baking aisle when she said, "Your mother's always been like this, you know." "Like what?" I asked. "She picks one, the favorite. The other one—" She trailed off, studying a bag of powdered sugar. "The other one just has to survive it." I didn't understand what she meant then. I do now. Susan had this way of seeing things no one else would acknowledge. She'd been there at every Christmas, every birthday, every graduation, watching my mother build a hierarchy I didn't even know I was at the bottom of. She never said much, just watched, remembered. "When you were 7, she said that day in Stop and Shop, your mother bought Lauren a dollhouse. 3 stories. Cost $400. You asked if you could have one too. She said, you wouldn't take care of it." I remembered that dollhouse. I remembered standing in Lauren's room, watching her arrange tiny furniture, and my mother saying, "Don't touch. That's Lauren's." Susan put the powdered sugar in her cart. "You've got something Lauren doesn't, though." "What's that?" "Grit," she smiled. "You're gonna need it." Standing in my parents' living room 8 years later, holding that $500 check, I understood what she meant. My mother picked up her wine again. "The money reflects the future I see for each of you. Lauren has potential. You—" She gestured vaguely at me. "You've always been the difficult one." "I graduated with honors," I said. "I have a job. I pay my own rent." "You're a junior marketing coordinator making $38,000 a year." She said it like I'd confessed to a crime. "Lauren's husband makes $600,000. So this is about money? This is about reality, Emily. About managing expectations." She set the wine down again. "That's all you deserve." Those 4 words. I can still hear them. The way her mouth shaped each syllable, clinical, final. I looked at Lauren. She was scrolling through her phone. I looked at my father's empty chair. I looked at the check. Then I folded it carefully, put it back in the envelope, and set it on the coffee table. "I don't want it," I said. My mother's eyebrows lifted. "Excuse me?" "Keep it, give it to Lauren, add it to her pile." My face was burning so hot I could feel my pulse in my teeth. "I don't want money that comes with that much contempt." "Don't be dramatic." "I'm not being dramatic. I'm being clear." I picked up my purse. I'll pay for my own wedding. Lauren finally looked up from her phone. Don't be stupid. Just take the money. No. My mother stood. If you walk out that door without this check, don't expect anything else from us. I haven't expected anything from you since I was 7 and you told me I wouldn't take care of a dollhouse. I walked toward the door. I'll manage. You'll regret this, my mother called after me. I didn't answer. I walked out to my car, a 2019 Honda Civic they'd co-signed for, which I'd been paying off for 3 years. I sat in the driver's seat. I didn't cry. I was too angry to cry. I just sat there for 12 minutes, staring at the steering wheel, feeling something crack open inside my chest. The wedding was small. My best friend Maya was my maid of honor. Alex's brother was his best man. We got married at a bed and breakfast in Mystic, Connecticut on June 29th, 2024. 70 guests. My parents didn't come. My mother told everyone I'd left in a jealous rage and couldn't handle my sister's blessings. She posted on Instagram. Some people can't be happy for others, praying for peace. 37 relatives liked it. Alex and I moved to Nashville 3 weeks later. He had a job offer managing a craft cocktail bar in East Nashville. I had $2,100 in savings and a freelance social media client who paid me $600 a month. We rented a one-bedroom apartment on Nolensville Pike for $1,250 a month. The air conditioner barely worked. The walls were beige. The kitchen was so small you couldn't open the refrigerator and the oven at the same time. But it was ours. I worked as a barista at Crema Coffee on Woodland Street from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., making $12 an hour plus tips. Then I'd come home and do freelance social media work until midnight. Alex worked nights at the bar. We'd see each other for about 40 minutes a day, usually around 3 p.m., when I'd just finished my shift and he was about to start his. We'd sit on our tiny balcony, eating grocery store sushi, watching Nashville traffic go by. Your mom called again, he said one afternoon in August. Left a voicemail. What did she say? That we should come home, that this is a mistake, that Nashville is... He paused. She called it a dead end for dead-end people. I ate another piece of California roll. Did she ask how I'm doing? No. Then I'm not calling back. October 2024. 4 months into Nashville. I was restocking almond milk at Crema when my mother walked in. I didn't see her at first. I was bent down, shoving cartons into the mini fridge behind the counter, when I heard her voice. Emily? I stood up too fast, hit my head on the counter edge. Stars burst across my vision. She was standing at the register, wearing a cream-colored pantsuit and gold jewelry. Her hair was perfect. She looked like she'd just come from a business lunch. Behind her, 2 women in similar outfits were examining the pastry case. Mom, what are you doing here? I'm in Nashville for a conference. I thought I'd stop by and see where you're working. She glanced around the coffee shop. Small, crowded, indie music playing too loud. This is quaint. My coworker Maya was watching from the espresso machine. We're busy, I said. Can I get you something? Just a regular coffee, small. She paused. Actually, make that a large. I have a long drive to the hotel. I rang her up. $3 un piectis centi. She paid with a $50 bill. Keep the change, she said. I made her coffee in silence. My hands were steady. I added the lid, set it on the counter. Thanks for stopping by, I said. She picked up the cup, looked at me. Then she turned to her friends and said, just loud enough for me to hear. I tried to warn her, but she wouldn't listen. One of the women glanced at me, pity in her eyes. They left. Maya came over. You okay? I was gripping the counter so hard my knuckles were white. Yeah, I'm fine. But something had shifted. Something cold and hard had settled in my chest. I was done apologizing, done explaining, done hoping my mother would see me differently. That night, I updated my LinkedIn profile. I created a website. I emailed every hospitality business in Nashville, hotels, event venues, restaurants with a pitch. I'll manage your social media for 3 months for free. If you don't see results, we part ways. If you do, we talk about a contract. 12 businesses ignored me. 3 told me they weren't interested. 1 said yes. The Greystone Inn, a boutique hotel in Germantown with 18 rooms, a rooftop bar, and an owner named Marcus Chen who believed in long shots. "You've got 90 days," he said. "Show me what you can do." I showed him. In 3 months, I doubled their Instagram following, tripled their direct bookings, created a viral TikTok series called Hidden Nashville that got 1.2 million views. Marcus offered me a contract, $2,500 a month. I quit the coffee shop. By February 2025, I had 4 clients. By May, I had 8. By August, I had 14, and I couldn't keep up. So I hired someone. Then 2 people. Then 4. In September 2025, I filed an LLC with the last $300 in my checking account. Carter Creative, Hospitality Marketing Agency. 1,500 square feet on East Nashville's Main Street. 6 employees. Our first major contract was with the Sycamore Hotel, a massive renovation project in downtown Nashville. $340,000 for a complete rebrand. We handled everything: logo, website, social media, launch event. By December 2025, we'd grossed $2.1 million, and I hadn't spoken to my mother in 18 months. I did, however, speak to Aunt Susan. She called me every few weeks, asked how business was going, told me bits of family news I didn't ask for. "Your mother's telling everyone you're struggling," Susan said in January 2026. "Says you're barely making rent." "I'm not." "I know you're not, honey. I follow you on LinkedIn." She paused. "She also said Alex left you." "He didn't. We're fine." "I know that too. I just wanted you to know what she's saying." "Why are you telling me this?" "Because I want you to be prepared." Her voice was gentle. "She's going to run out of lies eventually. And when she does, she's going to have to face the truth. People like your mother don't handle truth well." "I'm not trying to hurt her, Susan. I'm just trying to build something." "I know. But sometimes building something means other people's lies collapse." She paused. "Keep building, Emily. Don't stop." March 2026. Carter. Creative put up a billboard on Broadway, right downtown, 20 feet high. Our logo. My company name. My mother saw it. I know because Aunt Susan called me. She was in Nashville for another conference, drove down Broadway, saw the billboard, didn't say a word, just stared at it. Susan laughed. Then she asked me if I knew about your company. I said yes. She asked why I didn't tell her. I said she never asked. 2 weeks later, I got a voicemail from my mother. "Emily, it's Mom. I heard you started some kind of business. That's good. Call me when you can." I didn't call back. April 2026. I got an email from the Nashville Business Journal. Subject: 40 Under 40 nomination finalist. I'd been nominated by Marcus Chen, owner of the Greystone Inn. The email said I was one of 40 young professionals in Nashville who'd made significant business contributions. The award ceremony was May 15th. J.W. Marriott Rooftop Terrace. 400 guests. Formal attire, +1's welcome. I forwarded the email to Alex with one word. "Holy shit." He called immediately. "You're going, right?" "I don't know. It's just—" "Emily, you're going." I told Maya, my creative director. I told Marcus. I told Susan. Susan said, "Wear something that makes you feel powerful, and bring tissues. You're going to cry." I didn't tell my mother, but somehow, she found out. May 10th. 5 days before the gala. My phone rang at 11:30 p.m. Hartford area code. I let it go to voicemail. The voicemail was my mother's voice. Emily, I heard about the award. That's wonderful, really. I'm proud of you. Your father and I would love to come. If there's room, call me. I played it 3 times. Then I deleted it. May 15th, 2026. The night of the gala. Alex and I drove to the JW Marriott at 6 p.m. I was wearing a black silk dress I'd bought at a boutique on 12th Avenue South, 3-inch heels, hair up, red lipstick. You look like you own the city, Alex said in the car. I feel like I'm going to throw up. That's just power nausea. It's normal. The rooftop terrace was stunning. String lights everywhere. Live jazz trio. Nashville skyline glowing in the distance. Round tables with white linens. A stage at the front with a podium and a massive screen displaying the 40 Under 40 logo. 400 people. Business owners, executives, entrepreneurs, investors, and my mother. I saw her the second I walked in. She was standing near the bar, wearing a navy blue dress and pearls, holding a champagne flute. My father was next to her in a gray suit. My stomach dropped. How did she? I started. Doesn't matter, Alex said quietly. You're here because you earned it. She's just a guest. We found our table. Table 12. Marcus and his wife were already seated. So was Victoria Lang, a marketing mentor I'd met through a networking event. She'd helped me land 2 of my biggest clients. Emily! Victoria stood and hugged me. I'm so proud of you. Thank you for coming. Wouldn't miss it. I sat down. My back was to the bar. I didn't look toward my mother. The program started at 7 p.m. The MC, a local news anchor, welcomed everyone. Dinner was served: filet mignon, roasted vegetables, some kind of fancy potato thing I didn't taste because my mouth was too dry. The awards portion began at 8:15 p.m. They called the honorees alphabetically. Each person walked to the stage, received a glass plaque, and gave a 30-second speech. Emily Carter, Carter Creative, the MC said at 8:47 p.m. I stood. My legs felt like water. Alex squeezed my hand. You've got this. I walked to the stage. 400 people were watching. The lights were bright. I couldn't see individual faces, just shapes. The MC handed me the plaque, heavy, glass and metal. My name engraved. I stepped to the microphone. Thank you, I said. My voice echoed. 2 years ago, I moved to Nashville with $2,000 and no connections. I slept on an air mattress for 4 months. I worked as a barista. I sent 100 cold emails. 97 people ignored me. Quiet laughter from the audience. The 3 who didn't changed my life. Marcus Chen gave me a shot. Victoria Lang taught me how to negotiate. My husband Alex believed in me even when I didn't. I paused, looked down at the plaque. I built Carter Creative because I wanted to prove something. Not to anyone else. To myself. I looked up. Legacy isn't what you inherit. It's what you build when no one's watching. Thank you. Applause. I walked off stage. My hands were shaking. I sat down. Victoria was crying. Marcus was grinning. Alex kissed my temple. And across the room, I saw my mother. She was still holding her champagne flute. It was frozen halfway to her lips. Her face was pale. My father was staring at the stage like he'd seen a ghost. The ceremony ended at 9:30 p.m. People mingled, congratulated each other, took photos. I was talking to another honoree when my mother appeared. Emily. I turned. Mom. She looked smaller than I remembered. Or maybe I was just standing straighter. That was a beautiful speech, she said. Thank you. Silence. I didn't know you'd built all this. She gestured vaguely. The billboard, the company, the award. You didn't ask. Her jaw tightened. You didn't tell me. You told everyone I was struggling, that Alex left me, that Nashville was a dead end. My voice was calm, measured. You gave me $500 and said, "That's all you deserve." Why would I tell you anything? My father stepped forward. Emily, your mother was trying to protect me, I finished. By humiliating me in front of my sister? By not coming to my wedding? By telling relatives I left in a jealous rage? That's not fair, my mother said. No, I agreed. It's not, but it's accurate. Victoria and Alex had moved closer, not intervening, just present. My mother set down her champagne glass on a nearby table. I made decisions based on what I thought was best. You made decisions based on what Lauren married versus what I married. I stepped closer. You valued my sister's husband's income more than my potential. That's not protection. That's ranking. I never ranked you. You gave her $250,000 and me 500. That's a ranking. People were starting to watch. Not obviously, but conversations were quieting. Heads were turning. My mother's voice dropped. We can discuss this later, in private. No, we can discuss this now. I wasn't angry. I was just done. You told me I was difficult, that I wouldn't amount to much, that Alex was a dead end. You were wrong about all of it. She stopped, started again. I wanted you to be realistic. You wanted me to be small. I picked up my plaque from the table. I'm not small. I never was. You just needed me to be. My father cleared his throat. Emily, your mother is trying to apologize. No, she's not. She's trying to reframe. I looked at my mother. An apology would sound like, I was wrong. I hurt you. I'm sorry. What you're doing is explaining why you hurt me. That's not the same thing. My mother's face flushed red. After everything we've done for you, you co-signed a car loan and held it over my head for 3 years. That's not everything. That's leverage. A woman nearby gasped softly. My mother looked around, realized people were listening. Her face changed, hardened. You know what? She said, voice sharp. Maybe I was right. Maybe you are difficult. Look at you, standing here, throwing our private business in public. This is exactly why. Why what? I asked. Why you gave Lauren everything and me nothing? Why you didn't come to my wedding? Why you told people I was struggling? I tilted my head. Say it. Out loud. Tell everyone why you treated your daughters differently. Silence. She couldn't. Because saying it out loud would mean admitting the ranking system. Admitting she'd chosen one daughter over the other for reasons that had nothing to do with worth. My father took her arm. We should go. Yes, I said. You should. They left. Walked past the jazz trio, past the dessert table, past the string lights, out the door. I stood there holding my plaque, shaking. Victoria put her arm around me. You okay? I don't know. That was brave. That was reckless. Same thing sometimes. The next day, Aunt Susan called. I heard what happened at the gala, she said. From who? Your mother. She called me at 7 this morning. She was in a parking garage. Susan paused. Lauren was there too. Apparently, after they left the gala, Lauren started screaming at your mother. Why don't I have what Emily has? Why didn't you push me to build something? You gave me money and expected me to be grateful, but Emily built an empire. Your mother didn't know what to say. I sat down on my couch. Lauren said that? Word for word, according to your mother. Susan laughed softly. Your mother said I was trying to help Lauren, and your sister said you helped her into complacency. Emily had to fight. I never had to fight. And now look at us. I didn't know what to say. Your mother's story is falling apart, honey, Susan said. The lies don't work anymore, because you built something she can't deny. 2 weeks later, I got a letter in the mail. Hartford postmark, my mother's handwriting. I almost threw it away, but I opened it. Inside was a single piece of paper, handwritten. Emily, I don't know how to fix this. I don't know if I can, But I want you to know I see you now. I see what you built. I see what I missed. I'm sorry for what I said. I'm sorry for what I didn't say. I'm sorry for not being there. If you're willing to talk, I'm willing to listen. Love, Mom. I read it 3 times. Then I put it in a drawer. Maybe someday I'd be ready to talk. Maybe not. But I didn't need her apology to validate what I'd built. I'd already validated it myself. June 2026. 1 month after the gala. Carter Creative signed a $890,000 contract with a new boutique hotel chain expanding across the Southeast. 8 locations. Full rebrands. My team had grown to 12 people. We'd moved to a bigger office on East Nashville's Main Street. 3,000 square feet. Floor-to-ceiling windows. Exposed brick. I put a photo of the 40 under 40 plaque on my desk. Next to it, a picture of Alex and me on our wedding day at the bed and breakfast in Mystic. 70 guests. No parents, but full of love. And next to that, I put the $500 check my mother had given me. I never cashed it. I'd kept it as a reminder. That's all you deserve. No, that's all you were willing to see. I was worth so much more. And I proved it. If you're reading this, I want you to know something. Silence isn't peace. Silence is the price you pay to make someone else comfortable. And some prices are too high. If you've ever been told you're not enough by a parent, a partner, a friend, and you walked away to prove them wrong, type "I walked away" in the comments. Or if you stayed and set boundaries anyway, type "I stayed and fought." Both are brave, both are valid. If this story meant something to you, check the description for more stories just like this one. Thank you for being here. And if you're building something right now that nobody sees yet, keep building. Someone's watching, even if it's just you.